Live. I gave no notification to anyone, so I don't know who's going to jump in on this. Um, so I'm not going to wait very long before I start talking and giving the updates, but I was going to see if anybody would join within the first minute and a half. So I don't want to wait too long. But it's been a minute since I've been on here, so I want to make sure that I jumped on to see how everybody is doing, and if you catch this on the replay, let me know if you could, and yeah, let me know if you're watching this live or on the replay. So if you do join me, do me a favor and say hi. Let me know that you're there, and hopefully I'll be able to see it. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to see if you. Hey, Seeking Harmony, you're the lucky one again. You are the lucky winner. Yeah, you caught me live this time again. um, Betty Cartwright, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. And also Seeking Harmony, good to see you as well. See if anybody else happens to join us. And again, if you jump in, feel free to say hi. And if you want to share in the chat any questions or any updates on how your carnivore journey is going, please feel free. Please feel free. So I'm just gonna start talking since I've got a couple folks in here, and if anyone happens to join us, that's great. Let me take my earpiece out because that's to my other phone. So, all right, so you're still doing Lion Diet, 3 months strong. All right, yay, that is awesome, awesome, okay. And then Deborah, welcome, happy to see you as well. Thank you so much. Oh, you're in Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica once and it was wonderful, and I would love to go back. So thank you for joining us. North Carolina, all right. Very good, Betty, and it's going well for you. Okay, good to hear. So I'm gonna try to keep up with the comments as you all make them. And just wanted to let you know everything's going well. Life has been crazy, crazy, crazy. And so first and foremost, yes, I am still Lion Diet and it's going really well. I haven't really moved the scale too much. I have just noticed that my health and body composition has continued to change in certain ways. But I'm going to tell you, I made a conscious decision. I was going through a very stressful time. We had several deaths. So for me, stress eating was doing some regular carnivore foods that weren't lion diet only for a couple of weeks. And, it was okay. It wasn't, I didn't quite feel the same, but I think it's nice to be able to know that for me, if I venture out into stress eating, if you even want to call it that it was still within the carnivore realm. And, so I did have some dairy, I had some eggs, I had some chicken, I had some, I actually had some coffee. I did have coffee. So that, I know that might be taboo. And then, it was good while it lasted. Like I said, I had a 2-week kind of thing where I just consciously allowed myself to indulge, and but it didn't. By the end of the 2 weeks, I could tell my body was like, "Hey, can we get back to normal? Can we get back to just to the beef, water, and salt?" And so got back to my regular thing, and I had made my husband some chili as well, and I ate some of that chili, and I actually felt, because it has seasonings in it, and it has the tomato in it, and which I didn't consciously consider because I was just taste testing, And I actually felt a response in terms of in my knees with the whole osteoarthritis and symptoms that I hadn't felt in a long time. So the upside to kind of venturing during that time and still carnivore outside of the chili, that's probably more ketovore. Um, and it wasn't a lot. It wasn't even a full serving. It was more of a taste testing. But what it let me know is Lion Diet probably is my long-term home base. Um, like if I went on a cruise, maybe I'd do carnivore, maybe I would do ketovore, possibly. But my 99.9% of the time way of living, I've come to the conclusion that Lion Diet is probably the best for me, unless I, find out differently a year and a half from now. Um, you were in Pensacola, Florida, recently moved to, oh, you're in Oregon now. Oh, okay. Awesome. So you guys are all over Jamaica, Oregon, North Carolina. Awesome. Uh, so, uh, so yeah, we had like 3 deaths close to us in a very short window of time. And as you guys know, I'm working the grueling hours at the bakery, and that's a whole nother conversation that I'll probably save for later in terms of some updates there, because I owe some communication to others before I talk about that. But I will say this, I have really been thinking a lot about, and it's been on my heart quite a bit to talk with you all about what conclusions I'm coming to as it relates to what I've talked about previously in some other posts about what am I supposed to be doing in this carnivore space. And so I've been kind of quiet, partly because life has been very hectic, but also because I like to take time to allow things to kind of manifest the way they're supposed to manifest instead of making them forced or, and to be prayerful about it as to what it is I'm supposed to be doing. Um, and the thing that keeps coming to me is to whom much is given, much is required. And I've talked a lot about and mostly about my gratitude as it relates to carnivore and now Lion Diet. I've been carnivore now for, I think, going on 19 months. So it'll be a year in November. So is that 18, 19 months? And I've been Lion Diet since last August. So I'm coming up on a year of being primarily Lion Diet, other than my little adventures in the last month or two when there was a tremendous amount of stress and lack of sleep. But even then, I was still carnivore. Um, and so I do believe that I'm supposed to be helping others on this journey in a more formal fashion. And for right now, that means that I'm committed to posting more often, um, and making that a part of my schedule, and making myself more available to those who've reached out to me for some help with this way of living. And I've decided to take an approach when it comes to helping others, um, sharing a little bit about my more formal training and professional experience is in the realm of change management, operational excellence, service excellence, knowledge management, organizational development. And I was looking at and considering some potential opportunities recently and going back into the change management field, and having been a practitioner for a while, prior to doing joy cakes. Ooh, I said the name. Ooh, prior to doing the baking. Sorry guys, I shouldn't have mentioned that. Prior to doing the bakery thing, I was looking at all the things that I typically will use with a client or with even when I was an internal practitioner around change. And I thought, man, I think this is the approach that would help people when it comes to changing their lifestyle, going into particularly with carnivore and being real intentional about how to make it a successful change. So So that's something that I am now exploring and converting those tools that I've created around helping folks with changing in the workplace to also being the same principles and steps to changing successfully their lifestyle. And so I'll talk more about that later, and we'll, share that more later. But I just wanted to let you know that I am moving forward with this being something that I do more formally in terms of helping others, because it has been such a game changer for me. And I think others need to know how they can get there successfully as well. So Seeking Harmony, you said you think Lion is where you're staying for the foreseeable future. You took herbal sleep aids and ended up not sleeping. I'm sorry, that wasn't funny, but the way it was written sounded a little comical. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, once you go carnivore, if you haven't been Lion Diet, speaking for myself, when I went carnivore, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I absolutely knew that this would be a long-term way of living because of the changes that it brought for me. And then when I went Lion Diet, it was a whole different level for me of healing and transformation. And so I get it. It's like you venture out and say, well, I'll try this or try that. And then you realize, yeah, I think this thing, whether it's carnivore or Lion Diet aspect of carnivore, you realize you just feel so amazing, and some of these other things just that you thought might be good for you just maybe aren't as good for us as we thought. So yeah. Any other updates? Deborah, you said you've been carnivore for a year and a half. You lost 50 pounds, reverse fatty liver disease. That's amazing. Okay. And hypertension. Awesome. Walking daily now and resistance training 2 to 3 times a week. Excellent. Noticing rapid change in your body count. So thank you for talking about that, because I have not gotten into the consistent exercise yet. I got on my Total Gym a few times and started doing some resistance training as well. So thank you for that, because that encourages me to be consistent with that. Congratulations, Deborah. Good job with that. I'm excited for you. That's huge. And I hope that you're recognizing how incredibly huge that is, that you have made those changes for yourself. You've got to be feeling amazing. Wow. So you're about the same amount of time in the carnivore as I am. So definitely some relatability there. And then also I've found that I'm just now at a place where in the last month or so that my body is saying, yeah, it's time to do some exercise, some resistance. Like I can tell that I'm ready now for that. For whatever reason, I wasn't feeling compelled to do that prior to now. So yeah, I feel like my skin is very oily because I put on some new, I get like this shea butter and what is it? Avocado butter mix, and I think I'm looking a little oily. So sorry guys, I'm kind of oily here on camera. All right, Ray, yes, eat the animals. I really believe we've been gifted with having them as our nutritional source. I'd like to see that how that gets done in terms of the big corporations gets done even more responsibly. But at the end of the day, yeah, the meat does heal. That it's so nutrient dense. I've been overloading even more so than usual lately on some of Dr. Chafee's videos, and getting more on the science of this way of living for us. And the animals have what we need to be well and to be healthy. So Chris, I'm beginning carnivore tomorrow. Very excited about this journey, y'all. Okay. All right. Well, please let us know how that's going. Feel free to return to the comments on this video or any future videos. Join us and let us know how it's going. Seeking Harmony, I'm still using beef tallow on my face. So I probably need to make that change, and I haven't done it yet. Um, I just haven't. Not because I don't want to. I just haven't been intentional about that. So thank you for the reminder. Um, I don't know that I want to take the time right now to try to do my own. So if you have a resource of where you're ordering yours from that you're satisfied with, please share that. Anyone that's using beef tallow and you're ordering from a good, reputable place that has some quality beef tallow for moisturizing, as a moisturizer. But I probably just need to do my own, right? Okay, well, I'll do that eventually. But in the meantime, I might be ordering some. Um, any other updates? Any questions that you have? Please let me know. I think I've been pretty thorough on my journey. I will say this. There was a window of time, not so much right now, but we had house guests, and I shared this on a live that I did, and then I deleted the live, and I cannot promise you I will not delete this one. But we had house guests for a week when one of my bonus sons was graduating from high school last month, and that was the first time since going carnivore having someone in the home, full time, beyond my bonus sons being here on the weekends, having to prepare foods for people who are eating non-carnivore foods. And even for the boys, we have stuff that's not carnivore for them because I think that, they're teenagers and we do try to be a positive influence and model carnivore living for them, but I'm not trying to force them to do it. And it was very interesting and affirmed why I'm glad I went carnivore, because we had a lot of wasted food, vegetables and fruit that didn't get eaten. It took a lot of extra time to buy the stuff and then prepare it as compared to what it normally takes me to prepare my meals. And so it was like my eyes being reopened and reminding me of some of the benefits of this way of eating. It's simple. It's super simple. And, it was more work preparing, fruits and vegetables and cooking side dishes for the guests. I did not partake at all. I still stayed carnivore. And actually during that time, it was still lion diet. I didn't even venture into regular carnivore. And yeah, so it was very enlightening. Reminded me, okay, this is another reason why I really like this way of living. It's very easy, very, very easy. So I'm not necessarily going to make this a long check-in. It's been going on 20 minutes, 18 minutes. Just wanted to let you know I'm still here. Things are going well. I am committed to being more present in the carnivore community to help others, and have a very concrete idea now of how I want to help those who've reached out to me directly. And I'm grateful for this way of living, and I feel a sense of responsibility to be consistent with sharing the journey, the ups, the downs. And what I was going to say a little earlier is what I experienced also was there was a period of time for like a week or two where I was like, man, nobody around me besides my husband, and he's more carnivore with a sprinkle of non-carnivore. So I'd say he's like 95% carnivore, but when he's not, he's not. But most of the time he is. And that works for him. So it makes it easy here in the house, because here in the house he's like pretty much all carnivore. But other than him, in terms of my circle and family and friends, I'm really the only one that's doing strict carnivore and actually lion diet. And so, beef, salt, and water for me. I don't happen to do lamb or buffalo, bison, or any of that stuff. So for me, it's beef, salt, and water. And it felt kind of lonely for a minute. I don't know what struck me about it, but I was like, man, I'm the only one doing this. And it felt like, man, nobody's really in the same boat as me. I mean, there are some people that are more distant, that don't live in my immediate community, friends and friends, I should say, that are doing it. But nobody in my immediate, where I live And so and I was like, man, that's it can be a lonely kind of experience at times, I guess. That was my first time really feeling that way. But I would imagine for people doing it in a home where you've got maybe a husband or wife or significant other or children or family members in the home who aren't doing it and you're the only one doing it, I would imagine you would need more support. And so I'm glad that we have a big carnivore community out here in social media land that helps people, and that there are a lot of influencers who have, groups that meet regularly, virtually as well. So you need that support. You really do. Because you do start to feel like, huh, I'm the only one doing this for the most part, and for me anyway. So Deborah, I'm considering Lion Diet but having a hard time giving up eggs, bacon, and butter. So I guess I would ask, what's the motivation for going Lion Diet? Do you have other things that you're looking to heal? Other, goals that you're trying to reach that you think Lion Diet would help you get there? And if the why outweighs, the eggs, bacon, and butter, maybe try it for 30 to 90 days. I would say 90 days is optimal if you're really trying to receive some health benefits. But at the very least, maybe do it for 30 days and see how it goes and see if it's something. Because once you stop eating the eggs and the butter and the bacon, because I thought I would struggle with the butter when I went Lion Diet, and it took me just maybe a day or two, and I was like, oh, okay, this is okay. This is good. So, so yeah, maybe think about that. Maybe just, and think about maybe carnivore as you're doing it is great, Again, though, if there's some things that you're looking to heal, then maybe it would be worthwhile to consider doing Lion Diet. Yeah. Anyone else? I think that's the last comment. Okay. I'll do last call for any updates, questions, or just thoughts on your carnivore journey. Okay. All right. Well, I just want to make sure I got on here, everyone, because I had been saying I was going to do a live, but anytime I would schedule it, something would come up. And I was like, I'm just going to jump on live and do it impromptu at a time when I just have a few minutes. And I had a few minutes. So I said, let me just jump in and see how everyone's doing. Thank you all so much for, continuing to be on this journey with all of us together and chiming in with your thoughts and sharing and being an encouragement to me. I appreciate it very much, and more to come on the more formal aspect of what I'll be doing. And for those of you who happen to be folks who pray, thank you for your prayers in advance, or if you don't pray, thanks for your positive thoughts in advance, because it's going to stretch me a little bit to do it more intentionally on a regular basis. And I want to make sure that I do it well for the benefit of others. So, yeah, so more to come. And I will keep you all updated. So, going to be more intentional about this journey in terms of sharing it with others and helping others as well. So, yeah. You all have a wonderful evening. Signing off. Talk to you soon. Let's see. I've got to see how to end the live now.